in this world, in this world, in this world where all these things happen, where all these people have their opinions, all these things they talk about just makes you just want to get away from it. Alright? All these crazy things I heard, all these crazy videos I seen, all this stuff I seen on social media. Alright? It makes you just want to get away from it. It makes you not want to talk about it. You're like, what are we talking about? Alright? All this, we're not gonna talk about this in this video, but these are these things that just makes you want to get away from all of this. All right, this is how it is. This is how it is. All these guys, all these people, beings who have these type of opinions and want to talk about these things, I ignore them. That's what I do. I just ignore people. I ignore people. They say I'm this, I'm that, but actually I'm just ignoring you. I'm just staying away from y'all. I'm staying away from topics like that. Like I can't do nothing with it. That's why I'm here. I'm like, I can be happy I have this Yu-Gi-Oh game here. So we can get away from this and we can talk about what really matters, right? So you can blame me. You can blame me for sitting here and talking about Dragon Jits or Boruto, a One Piece, right? You can't blame me for this. With everything that's going on in the world, bro. Like, you don't want to know. You don't want me to be here and sit and talk for hours of what happens. No! We want to talk about anime, Alright? I want to be here. I want to talk about anime. I like the fact that these animes are trash. I like that. I like that these games are trash. I like that. I'm not like you guys who want to be here, but even these guys are lying to you. They're happy things are the way they are. They just don't want to admit. They're like, oh yeah, these company could do so much. Yeah, these company could be better. They don't care. I don't care. Let the Boruto be gory. Let this Boruto anime, let it be gory. Make it more gory. It's all gories. In a way it is perfect, right? In the way the Boruto anime is perfect, the way it is, and everything that happens, and all these characters are over there in Konoha Hidden Leaf, right? All these ninjas there, all ninjas don't want to these ninjas don't want to stay. These ninjas want to leave. Boruto wants to leave from Naruto's Hokage. Naruto, since Naruto became Hokage. They want to leave. They don't want to be under Naruto's tyranny. Naruto just doing this Shadow Clone Jutsu and the Rasengan out of the capsule. It's all bad for Boruto, who's so rude. Boruto's so rude, and Sarada, because Sarada sounds like Sarud, right? Saruda sensei and all of them. And then Boruto, they're gonna start a Rasengan out of the capsule revolution. Well, these ninjas gonna change the Hidden Leaf. Alright, this is what's gonna happen with Boruto. I like Boruto. I just want Boruto, man. You guys need to get into Boruto. What are you guys doing? What are you guys watching for these stupid animes? I don't even want to say the name no more word mentioning next to Boruto. Watch this Boruto and watch how your life's gonna change. Alright. Boruto's the way. Boruto's great. Boruto's just the anime I watch. Watch Boruto, watch some Naruto flashback and Boruto, and all of that. And one day they might make like an anime for Naruto, right? How he became Hokage. They might make like an anime about him. But even for me, I just want to watch this Boruto. Boruto is great, right? Same with DBZ, guys. I'm here again, guys. I'm warning you. One last time, it's my last warning. Leave this man alone. Goodbye! Gia, goodbye!
Jian. Let's goodbye. Let's goodbye, Dad. I gotta go, Jian. It's over. It's over. We're just not important. We're not important characters, Jian. We're not. Goodbye. Goodbye. I should not even say goodbye, Jian. I should say goodbye, Goku. Goodbye, Kakarot. Goodbye to Vegeta. Goodbye to them. Because we need to go to the hyperbolic time chamber. Alright. We'll be clapping Bulma's cheeks inside the hyperbolic time chamber.
You know, can we talk about One Piece? One Piece and the bad arcs. All the bad One Piece arcs that are not so good. Right. That's the case, then every arc sucks, right? But what do you want to tell me? We talk about the arcs that are like, you know, very popular, you know, very overhyped, but they're actually trash. Alright. Such as the first one's gotta be Marineford. Marineford is the most overhyped garbage piece of trash. It's arguably worse than Wano Kuni. Alright. It is how it is. This is trash. This arc. But Ace gets unalived and Shanks shows up and you see Whitebeard. You see Whitebeard and Blackbeard and Mihawk and Shirahoshi. No thing doing all of these. I think Marineford is the trashiest One Piece arc. And then what else? What else is like really shit? I think that's it. I think that's just Marineford. Kind of suck, kind of trash. I don't remember the other arcs. I'm sorry. It's been so long. No. Alright. It's how it is. No. So yeah, you guys can give this bird to a chance. If you can't, you can watch it. Alright guys. Again, leave this man alone. Leave him. Stop talking about this man. Stop. Just stop. Stop talking about him. Don't. Leave this man alone. You've been talking about him for how long now? Leave this man. Guys, leave this man. Leave him alone. Leave this man and leave this guy alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. But yeah, going back to One Piece. You know, nothing happens in this One Piece episode, right? They're just on a ship. And they just talking Japanese. Right? Oremedaro, right? No. That's what they say. And then they just sing. You know. Right, Oremodaro, right? That's what they say. and they sing, and that's it. So that's One Piece. You guys are on a ship. You're on a ship. Your pirates. You're on a ship. And then you just sing a song, and then you just go on another island. And again, you're like, hey, we're happy. Let's party. And then they sing, rainy day. And then they go on another island. They're on an island. And they say, hey. And you guys, want to rank arcs. Like I said, right, leave this man alone. Leave this guy alone. Leave this man alone. All right. Or you dragon guys who still want to talk about him. Just let it be, guys. Alright? Dragon Jits is all about Kikochio and Vegeta having to fight the Reddits. Or they have to fight Reddits. Alright, they not even let the Reddits recruit them to possibly train for the evil Majin Krillin arc that never gonna happen. Alright, where Goku needs to go to training with the Reddits. Massive training. Goku needs to train Kikochio. His Kikochio. He needs to train his Kikochio. And Goku needs to do this. He needs to train. Hard training. Through ice training. To training with the ice. And everywhere through winter. Through hard conditions. Through every weather. Every day Goku gets up. Kikochio needs to train. He can't take a break. He can't do nothing else. He needs to be prepared to fight Majin Krillin. It's just how it is. Alright. This is Dragon Jits, and it's all about Goku and Vegeta having to fight the Reddits. Then they fight Nappa. Then they fight Ginyu Force. Then they fight Vegeta. Then they fight the G's, Ginyu, Guldo, Barta. Then they fight Todoria. Then they have to fight Zarbon. Then they have to fight the Frieza and all the Frieza forces to fight all the Frieza. Then Krillin gets blown up. Then Goku turns into a Super Saiyan. And then they fight it. And it's over. And the Trunks comes from the future. And then Meta Frieza. And then they fight Meta Frieza. And then all the movie characters, all the Dragon Ball movies, and Slug and Bojack, right? Bojack and Broly and Janemba, and then they need to fight the Cell and Android 18 and 17 and I-19 and Dr. Giro and Cell Baby. Everyone does Kamehameha. They all do Kamehameha. Piccolo does this out of pocket move. You know, all you guys do your out of pocket move, then to your energy, and then the Genki Dama, and then they get all the Dragon Balls. And then they can only revive someone who wants the Dragon Ball. But leave this man alone, you guys. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave this man alone. You Dragon Ball super fans, you ruined Dragon Ball. This is Dragon Ball super fan. You ruined everything. You ruined everything. You guys are the reason, but we can never have nothing here, right? You guys are the reason we can never have great anime and peak shows. You guys are the reason we can have these Dragon Ball Super. And the show got ruined, and Goku got ruined. It's all about Goku Vegeta. It's not about the others. It's never about the others. It's just sad. It's annoying. It's upsetting. It's tragic even. Tragic. This is bad. It's not good. It's horrible. We want to get out of here. I just stumbled upon a video. This is gonna be great. Oh man, but I need to buy more cards. Let's buy the next round. Alright, I'm back. I just stumbled upon a video. What if Krillin learned the Kaioken from Goku? Whoever made this video, you are a genius. You are a genius, brilliant. Thanks for the spark of Krillin. You know. Nah, I find this theory lame. This is lame ass theory. You guys make lame theory. You guys want theory? You guys want a great Dragon Jits Dragnut theory? Is what if there would be a Majin Krillin arc and what if Raditz survives? Alright, let's talk about it. At the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, instead of Goku, Kikochio, instead of Kikochio sacrificing his life to protect his son Gohan, he chooses to spare Raditz's life, right? And Raditz decides to join them, and then Goku and Raditz became brothers and started training. Then later on, this whole anime is gonna just go canonically, like you know, you guys know it is, right? Except like from like after like the Frieza saga, right? Since Goku's gonna teach Krillin how to use Kaioken. This time, Krillin is even stronger than Frieza. You know, and as Krillin was powering up to fight Frieza, Goku was watching them, and Goku said, "Incredible! I never seen Krillin fight with such might and such power." You know. After this, they go back on Earth unharmed, and Trunks shows up and tells Goku, You're not gonna live longer, Goku. You're not gonna live long, Goku. You're not gonna live. I don't want you to live, Goku. I hate you. I came all the way from the future to tell you how much I hate you. Alright? And tell you that you're not gonna live long. We don't want you to live long, Goku. We don't want you to be here. You're a bum, Goku. You probably have like some big old prostate stuck inside you and untreated. And that's why. You know, and then they found out that Goku was HIV positive. You know, and when the doctor told Goku that he was HIV positive, he was like, "No way! You know, there's no way. The only time I've been with somebody was Krillin." You know, but then moving on to this. Majin Krillin arc, you know, ever since Krillin learned how to do the Kaioken, Babidi saw Krillin more as a threat than Vegeta. Alright, and that's why Babidi chose Krillin to make his pawn, and that's how Krillin turned into Majin Krillin. And to turn into Majin, right, you still need like a little bit evil inside you. You know. So Krillin was still evil after all. Alright, and he turned into Majin Krillin. He started destroying everything. Alright, Majin Krillin destroyed everything. He damn near wiped off the entire planet. The only ones who were alive was Goku, who was not on the planet at this time. He was still training with Raditz on another planet. You know, the planet where these guys taught Goku how to teleport. They were there, training there, Raditz, for 100 years for the Zenkai boost. It was a hard training. It was tough. But they managed to reach Super Saiyan 10. And this is when Kikochio knew that he's strong enough to face Majin Krillin. He was still kinda nervous because it was his best friend and he couldn't hurt him. He already saw him,
being executed in the back then in the Dragon Ball era, and he did not wanted this to happen by his own hands. But Raditz was like, brother, just stay calm. You can still just overpower him without having to ending his life. Goku looked at Raditz and he was like, you're right. What was I thinking? But that's so good. That's our Kikochio, right? So then Kikochio got ready to teleport over to face Majin Krillin. But Majin Krillin was already fighting Vegeta, who was the only one who was still alive, still standing, still fighting. Alright, they were fighting it out. Even Vegeta Ultra Instinct 2 couldn't do much with Majin Krillin. There was something about Majin Krillin who unlocked his potential with stacked up Kaioken and Kaioken Destructo Disc, which he already destroyed several cities with only one Kaioken Destructo Disc can destroy the whole cities. He can just fire them just like that. I destroyed everything. He already dismantled the whole Z fighters. They couldn't do nothing. None of these Z fighters didn't even survived a minute fighting Majin Krillin. So Vegeta was almost, at this end. If it wasn't for Kikochio blocking Krillin's Destructo Fist, this was his new attack. That's the thing. When Majin Krillin turns Kaioken, he unlocks the Kaioken Destructo Disc. He also unlocks the Destructo Fist and the Destructo Cock and the Anal Disc too. He unlocks all these new moves. Alright. And Solar Cock too. He unlocks the Solar Cock and the Solar Disc. And the Destructo Flare. If that's the right pronunciation. So that's what happened. Goku blocked all his moves. And, before that Goku talked to Raditz. Should I not power up to Super Saiyan 10 before I go there? But Raditz was like, no. If you do it, you might destroy the whole universe. So Goku had to teleport there and make sure that he transforms when he there. When his power is a little bit suppressed or whatever. But that's what the fight happens. Alright, so Majin Krillin already noticed. Alright, Goku, for the base form, you're already pretty strong. But can you block this? So Krillin already went all out. So, forced Goku to have no choice but to already at least power up into the Super Saiyan. Alright, to dodge Krillin's attack because imagine Krillin is so fast. Alright, and then they fought. The fight, the fight only lasted about 3 minutes. It was like a 3-minute fight. Alright. Krillin was going all out, throwing all his attack. Goku could just dodge his attack. Alright. For only that long. Alright. And then that's where King Kai talked to Goku. Goku. Giving him the green light, right? To, launch his transformation. Alright. After this fight, nobody was the same anymore. Alright, imagine Krillin. And the whole entire planet had to be destroyed. For this was too much damage. Alright. A very sad story of Majin Krillin. Destructo Disc was heavy. But this is a valid theory. Another the theory you guys talk about is boring. There should be an arc. There should really be in DBZ. But no, you guys just want to talk about the Beerus, remake a Beerus, and talk about the man. And I already told you that leave this man alone. Leave him alone. Why you still talk about this man? Man, why you guys do this?
I have an idea. What if we just read off what ifs videos, Dragon Ball what if videos? Here we have what if Frieza had a son? Just bullcrap. Who thinks about a video like this? What if Videl was the strongest human? What if Videl was the strongest human? What if future Trunks and Mai stayed in the past? Dragon Ball Super. What if Bardock defeated Frieza? What if Gohan died in the Saiyan saga? Oh no, what if Gohan would what happen to Saiyan saga? Oh, what if Vegeta stayed evil? Or what if Broly turned good? What if Trunks screwed up even worse? What if Zamasu turned good? What if Frieza was an android? What if future Gohan survived? What if Frieza and Vegeta were partners? What if Vegeta fused forever? What if Frieza had the fifth form? What if Frieza became a hero? What if Bardock was king of the Saiyans? What if Kid Goku went Super Saiyan early Dragon Ball? What if Raditz' daughter was the hero? What? What if Jean went to Earth with Goku? What if Frieza betrayed Universe 7? What if Yamcha destroyed the universe? What if Raditz lost to the farmer, right? What if Mr. Satan ruled Earth? What if DB as Broly arrived in the Android saga, Dragon Ball Z? What? What if Android 16 arrived in the Android saga? What if Android 16 arrived in the Saiyan saga? Instead of Nappa and Vegeta. What if Majin Buu was in the Tournament of Power? What if Chi-Chi was the strongest human? What if Raditz turned good? What if the Frost turned good? Full story. Dragon Ball Super. What if Android 21 was Goku's mother? Or what if Goku was betrayed by Beerus? What if Gohan was the legendary Super Saiyan? Or the bad ending for Dragon Ball? Or could Nappa be the good guy? If Whis and Beerus kidnapped Broly, then what? What if Vegeta went Super Saiyan before Goku? What if Bardock, Oolong and Kui were legends of Dragon Ball? What if Bardock, not Goku, was the true Super Saiyan God? Alright, what? Wait. Alright. What if Krillin turned into Super Saiyan, and what if Shenron was the strongest human? No, the best theory is still what if Cell, got rid of everyone instead of Krillin, and Krillin needs to train Goten in the hyperbolic time chamber. This is the better theory. Alright. What if Bardock escaped with Kikochio? What if Nappa survived? What if Charlotte was canon? What if Goku was reborn with his memories? What if Vegeta had Broly's potential? What if Kikochio became an android? What if Zamasu was from Universe 7? What if the Ginyu Force turned good? What if the Ginyu Force turned good? Yeah, what if Goku and the Big Gate Star merged? What if Goku met Bardock? What if Gohan was the first Super Saiyan? What if Raditz arrived early? What if Tien was the strongest? What if the Z Broly turned good? What if Saiyan Tails grew back?
What if Vegeta and Trunks were trapped in the hyperbolic time chamber? What if all Saiyans were good? What if Vegito stayed fused? What if Goku was like a Broly? Goku, Kikochio, why are you not like Broly? You need to be more like Broly, Kikochio. Kikochio, what if Goku had a twin? What if Goku was possessed by Piccolo? What if Trunks was trapped in the past? What if Frieza was good? What if Goku went Super Saiyan early? What if present Cell survived? What if Hercule was the strongest? What if Vegeta trained Gohan? What if Kikochio was in Vegeta's crew? What if Turles was a Z fighter? What if Goku became Kami? What if Bardock went Super Saiyan against Frieza? What if Goten was Gohan's twin? What if Bardock raised Kikochio? What if Raditz took Gohan? What if Bulma was a Z fighter? What if... What if Cell survived? Birth of Cell Prime Dimensional Destroyer? What if Bardock and Jean survived? What if Piccolo was the strongest? What if Gohan trained like Goku? What if Vegeta was always good? What if Goku had Bardock's foresight? What if the Z fighters grew like Saiyans? What? Oh my god. What if Goku and Gohan were trapped in the time chamber? What if Goku found Broly early? What the fuck is this? Nah, man, I'm just reading the other ones, but you know, they all sound the same. No, they're all the same at some point.
At some point, they're all the same.
Yeah, I seen it all, bro. I seen it all, bro. What if Goku finds Broly early? It is what it is. What if Goku found Broly early? We need to find him early. What's gonna happen? These are these guys in these fan bases doing this. All right. So I cannot even stay away from you guys who make these what ifs, right?
It's the best card, right? I don't know. I haven't seen all the cards, but it looks like it's Shadow Tamer. Shadow Tamer is good, right? That's great.
Yeah, so hands down, my favorite what ifs is gotta be what if Goku found Broly early, because this is 3 hour long, by the way, guys. This is a 3-hour video about what if Goku found Broly early, full story. You guys can check this out if you want. You know, I'm gonna have to check one of them out definitely, because I need to know what you guys are talking about. I was convinced that I know the best what is, but this is how Dragon Ball should be. You know,
Goku should find Broly early. Raditz should survive. Krillin should turn Majin Krillin. Cell should kill everyone, so that Krillin needs to train in the hyperbolic chamber with Goten. Alright, all of this should be canon in this Dragon Jits anime. Alright, and all the other stuff sounds pretty good.